Every empire that has tried to stop him has fallen. Every grave that has tried to hold him has opened. Every chain that has tried to bind him is broken. Every force that has assembled against his people has been scattered. He has never been stopped. He cannot be stopped. He is the unstoppable God, and He is on your side. I have come to the end of my need for the small God. The manageable, contained fits in my theology, God. I have come to the place where only the full magnitude of the actually unstoppable God will do. I need the God who spoke the cosmos into existence. I need the God who holds the oceans in His hand. I need the God who breathed and dust became a human. I need the God who moves because He planned to move before the foundation of the world, before one prayer was prayed, before one tear was shed. The unstoppable God had already engineered the outcome, and nothing in my story has caught Him off His head. He is not surprised by the size of what I'm facing. He is not intimidated. He is not intimidated by the scale of what I need. He is the unstoppable God, holy, unstoppable. And unstoppable is exactly what I need. Unstoppable God. No force can hold you, no wall can contain you. Unstoppable God. No grave can keep you, no chain can restrain you. Unstoppable God. No sickness stops you, no darkness can dim you. Unstoppable God. No enemy assembled has ever been able to slim you down to something manageable. You are remain unstoppable God. You are beyond every human defense. Unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable God. I've tried to stop myself from needing Him this much. I've tried the independent and the self-sufficient route, and every time I've arrived at the same conclusion, that the unstoppable God is what life is all about. Not as a concept or a Sunday morning comfort, but as the actual living power in the everyday. The unstoppable God who raised Jesus from the dead is the unstoppable God who orders every step of my way. And the same God who could not be held by death itself is the God who holds me when I cannot hold myself. And the same God who refused to stay inside the tomb is the God who refuses to abandon me to my gloom. He is not surprised by the size of what I'm facing. He is not intimidated. He is not intimidated by the scale of what I need. assembled against the people of God, to every kingdom that has risen against his name, to every sickness that has claimed territory in his children, to every chain that has refused to break in shame, to every mountain that has not moved at the prayer, to every night that has refused to give way to day, to every door that has stayed shut against the purpose, to everything that has opposed the unstoppable way. We declare you are facing the unstoppable God. We declare your ceiling has been set and it is here. We declare the one who conquered death is among us, and the unstoppable God is the reason we do not fear. Because he walked out of the tomb, unstoppable. He walked on the water, unstoppable. He opened blind eyes, unstoppable. He broke every chain, unstoppable. He raised the dead, unstoppable. He split the sea, unstoppable. He fed the thousands, unstoppable. He is the unstoppable God, forever unstoppable. Unstoppable, unstoppable. Our God, unstoppable. Forever unstoppable God, unstoppable God, forever unstoppable, forever unstoppable. Nothing stops him, unstoppable. Nothing holds him, unstoppable. Nothing ends him, unstoppable. Unstoppable God, forever unstoppable God, unstoppable God. No force can hold you, no wall can contain you. Unstoppable God, no grave can keep you, no chain can restrain you. Unstoppable God, no sickness stops you, no darkness can dim you. Unstoppable God, no enemy assembled that's ever been able to slim you down to something manageable. You are immense, unstoppable God. You are beyond every human defense, unstoppable God. Every empire that has tried to stop him has fallen. Every grave that has tried to hold him has opened. Every chain that has tried to bind him has broken. Every force that has assembled against his people has been scattered. He has never been stopped. He cannot be stopped. He is the unstoppable. I wanna challenge every ceiling I've put on God. Every way I've limited the limitless in my mind. Every box I've built around the infinite creator. Every small expectation I've assigned. Because I've been believing for too small, too long. Praying prayers that fit inside my natural frame. And the unstoppable God has been waiting patiently for me to pray a prayer that matches his great name. He who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ask or think or even dream is not asking us to scale the asking to our ability. He's asking us to ask beyond what possible seems. Take the ceiling off the prayer and let it rise. Take the limitation out of what you dare to claim. There is no limit to what God can do. In small prayers insult the bigness of his name. There is no limit to what God can do. No ceiling on the miracle he'll give. There within the confines of your budget. He doesn't operate within the natural and the known. He works in realms that dwarf our biggest thinking and calls his people into the overflow zone. So bring the biggest thing you've been afraid to ask for, the dream that felt too audacious for a prayer, the miracle that seemed too large to be appropriate, the healing that seemed too far for God to care. And watch the unstoppable God receive the biggest ask without a single flinch or hesitation. Because the God who made the universe from nothing operates in the realm of limitless creation. Take the ceiling off the prayer and let it rise. Take the limitation out of what you dare to claim. There is no limit to what God can do. And small prayers insult the bigness of His name. There is no limit to what God can do. No ceiling on the miracle He'll give. There is no limit to what God can do. No boundary on the kind of life He wants you to live. Exceedingly abundantly above and beyond, above the asking, above the thought, and above the dream. There is no limit to what God can do. The unstoppable God is bigger than He seems. Remove the ceiling from the healing prayer. Remove the ceiling from the provision prayer. Remove the ceiling. Remove the ceiling from the restoration prayer. Remove the ceiling from the breakthrough prayer. Remove the ceiling from the dream you've been afraid to dream. Remove the ceiling from the ask you've been too small to claim. Remove every limit you put on the unstoppable God and ask in the fullness of His limitless name. Because He who is able to do more than you ask is more than the more that you've been asking for. And the unstoppable God has never been insulted by a prayer that dared to ask for more. No limit. Unstoppable God. No ceiling. Unstoppable God. No boundary. Unstoppable God. There is no limit to what God can do. Ask bigger. No limit. Dream bigger. No limit. Believe bigger. No limit. There is no limit to what God can do. There is no limit to what God can do. No ceiling on the miracle He'll give. There is no limit to what God can do. No boundary on the kind of life He wants you to live. Exceedingly abundantly above and beyond, above the ask and above the thought and above the dream. There is no limit to what God can do. The unstoppable God is bigger than He seems. No limit. Unstoppable God. No ceiling. No ceiling. No boundary. No limit to what God can do. Unstoppable. No limit. No limit. Oh, yeah. I could tell you about the time the money arrived from a source I couldn't have predicted or foreseen. When the account said zero and the need said urgent, and the unstoppable God stepped into the in-between. I could tell you about the medical situation that the doctors had declared was beyond repair, and the unstoppable God walked into that diagnosis and did what no human hand could put there. I could tell you about the relationship I thought was finished, the one that had every reason to be done, and the unstoppable God who specializes in the restored moved in that situation and He won. Hey, I've seen the unstoppable God move in my again. I've seen the unstoppable God move. And I tell the story not to boast in my experience. I tell it so the doubting heart can find some ground. I tell it so the person in the middle of the waiting can hear the sound of testimony all around. Because we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. That's the weapon. And every story of the unstoppable God in action is the evidence that puts the enemy in question. So I testify loudly from the platform of my living that the God who moved for me will move for you. The unstoppable God of all my personal history is the same unstoppable God who sees you too. I am not preaching theory, I'm preaching testimony. I am not describing what I believe might be true, I'm describing what I've seen with my own two eyes. The unstoppable God doing what only He can do. I've seen the unstoppable God, move in my life. Seen Him turn the darkest night, hey, into the light. I've seen the unstoppable God, move in my life. Seen Him win the most impossible fight. Provision from nowhere, I've seen it. Healing from nothing, I've seen it. Restoration from ruins, I've seen it. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. He moved in January when I thought it was over. He moved in the season I'd stopped expecting Him to. He moved in the situation that I labeled impossible. He moved in the relationship I'd walked away from too. He moved in the career that had stalled for no reason. He moved in the body that the medicine said was done. He moved in the family that had fractured beyond fixing. He moved, the unstoppable God, He moved in one. And I tell it with tears of gratitude and wonder that I was the recipient of what I just described. That the unstoppable God looked down at my story and decided to show up and let His glory be described. I've seen it, unstoppable God. He moved in my life, I witnessed the unstoppable God. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. He'll do it again. I've seen it, unstoppable God. For you too, unstoppable. Same God, unstoppable. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. I've seen the unstoppable God. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. Seen Him turn the darkest night into the light. I've seen the unstoppable God. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. Seen Him win the most impossible fight. Provision from nowhere, I've seen it. Healing from nothing, I've seen it. Restoration from ruins, I've seen it. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. I've seen Him move, unstoppable God in my life. I've seen it, He'll do it again. Unstoppable God. I've seen the unstoppable God move in my life. I've been staring at mountains for too long, measuring their height instead of the height of my God. I've been calculating the odds of moving what seems immovable, instead of trusting the one who spoke them out of sight. The mountain of the medical report that won't improve, the mountain of the debt that keeps accumulating, the mountain of the relationship that has turned to stone. the mountain of the calling that keeps on waiting. But Jesus said, speak to the mountain, not about it. He said, say to this mountain, move, be cast into the sea. Yeah. And he said, if you have faith and do not doubt it, the mountain has to answer to the authority of the God who made the mountains with his word alone, who spoke and galaxies came spinning into place. And the same word that created every mountain is the word that has the power to erase. The mountain isn't listening to my worry. The mountain isn't moved by how I feel, but the mountain has to answer to the unstoppable God, and the unstoppable God has the authority to make it yield. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Mountains bow. Mountains bow when he opens up his mouth. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Every high thing comes down from north to south. The mountain in my finances, it has to move. The mountain in my body, it has to move. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. And I'm standing on the word and watching it prove it so. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Unstoppable God. Mountains move when you speak. I speak to every mountain in the name of Jesus, not in my own authority, but in his alone. I speak to every high place that has been defying the purpose that the Father has for what he's sown in my life and in this generation, in the people who are praying with expectation, in the ones who've been believing for the breakthrough and watching mountains stand without mitigation. But today I raise my voice with holy boldness, and I speak to every mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Every mountain that has stood against the purpose of the Father is subject to the unstoppable God, the living word. The mountain isn't listening to my worry. The mountain isn't moved by how I feel, but the mountain has to answer to the unstoppable God, and the unstoppable God has the authority to make it yield. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Mountains bow. Mountains bow. Oh, when he opens up his mouth. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Every high thing comes down from north to south. The mountain in my finances, it has to move. The mountain in my body, it has to move. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks, and I'm standing on the word and watching it prove. Sickness mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move, move. Poverty mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move, move. Depression mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move, move. Fear mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move. Broken marriage mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move. Closed door mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move. Generational curse mountain, hear the word of the Lord. Move. Every mountain by the unstoppable God. Move. And as I speak these words by faith, not by sight, the unstoppable God is moving in the invisible. And what looks unchanged to the natural eye right now is already moving in the spiritual. Unstoppable God speaks. Every mountain, he commands it. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. He speaks. Mountains bow. He commands. Mountains fall. He's unstoppable. Mountains move. Mountains move when the unstoppable God speaks. Mountains used to prepare for every battle with my own arsenal. My arguments, my strategies, my carefully planned attack, my networking and my positioning and my preparation, my effort to ensure that nothing was going to hold me back. But I've learned something in the battles that were biggest, that the fights I won were not the ones I fought alone. The battles that produced the greatest victories were the battles where I stepped back and let God be shown. Because when God fights for you, the math changes completely. 1 plus God is the only majority you need. When God fights for you, the enemy's best formation has to contend with the unstoppable God in the lead. And there is no coalition, no alliance, no formation of opposition that survives the God who fights for his own. When God fights for you, the battle has already concluded. The only thing remaining is to watch it be shown. The Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave. He fights for you. You need to just stand still and believe. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you, and nobody who tries has ever ultimately won. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. When God stands up, nobody can make you fall. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. He is more than every enemy and more than all. The armies assembled on the opposing side are nothing but a whisper to the God who fights with pride for his children. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. God fights for me. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. Unstoppable God, nobody can fight against you. Jehoshaphat had an army he couldn't defeat, 3 nations coming against him all at once. And God said, you won't fight this battle, just stand still and watch what happens when the unstoppable confronts the enemy that thinks it has the numbers and the power. And the army of the Lord arrived and fought. And when Jehoshaphat's people arrived to take the spoil, the enemy had destroyed themselves. That's what God wrought. And I take that story into every battle that I face, every opposition that has come against my life. When God is fighting for me, I don't need to raise a weapon. I just need to stand and worship through the strife. The Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave. He fights for you. You need to just stand still and believe. Hey, when God fights for you, nobody can fight against you, and nobody who tries ever ultimately won. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. When God stands up, nobody can make you fall. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. He is more than every enemy, and more than all. The armies assembled on the opposing side are nothing but a whisper to the God who fights with pride for his children. God fights for you. Nobody can fight against you. You don't have to fight this battle with your own 2 hands. You don't have to win this war with your own strategy. Stand still and see the salvation of the unstoppable God who fights for every one of his, including me. The battle belongs to the Lord, not to the strongest. The battle belongs to the Lord, not to the most prepared. The battle belongs to the Lord, the unstoppable fighter who has never lost the war of those children. When God fights for you, nobody can fight against you. God fights for me. Nobody can fight against me. Unstoppable God fights for me. Nobody can stand against the unstoppable God. God fights for you. I used to prepare for every battle with my own arsenal. My arguments, my strategies, my carefully planned attack. My networking and my positioning and my preparation. My effort to ensure that nothing was going to hold me back. But I've learned something in the battles that were biggest, that the fights I won were not the ones I fought alone. The battles that produced the greatest victories were the battles where I stepped back and let God be shown. Because when God fights for you, the math changes completely. 1 plus God is the only majority you need. When God fights for you. There are chains that have been on me longer than I'll say. Some I inherited and some I fashioned for myself. Some were put on me by the enemy's assignment, and some I picked up from the world's deceitful wealth. But I've discovered that the unstoppable God has a very particular relationship with chains. He breaks them, every single one, without exception. And nothing that has bound me ever remains. When Paul and Silas sang at midnight in the prison, every chain fell off and every door swung wide. And the unstoppable God who broke those chains in Philippi is the same God standing on my breaking side. He doesn't negotiate with chains, He breaks them. He doesn't manage bondage, He destroys it. He doesn't give you coping skills for the prison. He opens every door and says, enjoy it. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me, every addiction broken. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me, every fear broken. The chain of depression, He breaks it. The chain of shame, He breaks it. The chain of past mistakes, He breaks it. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Unstoppable God breaks every chain. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Break it, Lord. Break it. Hey! He breaks every chain. The chain of the generational pattern, He can break it. What was passed down doesn't have to be passed on. The chain of the addiction that has lasted for a decade, the unstoppable God declares, enough is gone. The chain of the depression that is settled in the spirit, the chain of the anxiety that has become a roommate, the chain of the unforgiveness that is hardened into bitterness, the unstoppable God says the chain has met its checkmate. And at the name of Jesus, every chain must answer. At the sound of His voice, every lock must open up. The unstoppable God who came to set the captives free is setting free everyone who lifts the cup. He doesn't negotiate with chains, He breaks them. He doesn't manage bondage, He destroys it. He doesn't give you coping skills for the prison. He opens every door and says, enjoy it. He breaks every chain that tries Break it. The addiction that has held on too long. Break it. The shame that has defined the identity. Break it. The fear that has paralyzed the calling. Break it. The unforgiveness that has locked the heart. Break it. The poverty mindset that has limited the vision. Break it. Every chain by the unstoppable God. Because the one who breaks the chains is the one who conquered death itself. And if death couldn't hold the unstoppable God, then no chain has the authority to hold his children in itself. Every chain, he's unstoppable. Freedom's here, he breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Free by his power, free by his name, free, unstoppable. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Every addiction broken. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Every fear broken, broken. The chain of depression. He breaks it. The chain of shame. He breaks it. The chain of past mistakes. He breaks it. He breaks every chain that tries to hold me. Every chain broken. Unstoppable God. Every chain. He breaks it. Every chain broken. Free. Unstoppable God breaks every chain. I've noticed that God seems to prefer the impossible as his preferred starting point for the miraculous. The situations that have zero human solutions are the situations where he shows up most glorious. He didn't choose a strong and capable army for Gideon. He reduced it to 300 so the glory would be his. He didn't choose a giant warrior to face Goliath. He chose a shepherd boy. Impossible is just how it is. When God is in the picture, he loves the long shots. The cases that the specialists have given up is done. The prayers that the logical mind says are too ambitious are the prayers that activate the unstoppable one. Don't apologize for the size of what you're believing. Don't reduce the prayer to fit the natural frame. The bigger the impossible you bring to God, the more of his unstoppable glory. Where human stops is where he starts to move. Impossible is just the beginning with God. And what looks like the end is just the opening groove of a miracle that has no natural explanation, of a testimony that defies the common sense. Impossible is just the beginning with God. The unstoppable God makes the impossible immense. Just the beginning, just the start. The beginning with God. Unstoppable God. Impossible is where he begins. A 90-year-old woman having her first baby. A sea splitting down the middle of the wave. A boy with 5 loaves feeding 5,000 people. A dead man walking out of a borrowed grave. These are not the exceptions to the rule of God. These are the demonstrations of his standard operating. The unstoppable God who delights in the impossible is the God I'm trusting with the thing I'm navigating. So I bring the impossible and I lay it at his feet without the apology of someone asking too much. I bring the biggest thing I've been afraid to ask for, and I trust the with God, just the beginning. The enemy has been deliberating his assignments. He doesn't send random arrows, he aims with intent. He studied the calling and the purpose on my life, and assembled his weapons with particular dissent. The weapon of the diagnosis aimed at the body, the weapon of the lack aimed at the provision, the weapon of the offense aimed at the relationship, the weapon of the doubt aimed at the vision. And I felt each weapon as it's been assembled. I felt the impact of the arrows and the darts, but there's a promise that I carry like a shield that fortifies and guards the deepest parts. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's not my opinion, that's the word of God. And the unstoppable God who made that declaration is the God who stands behind it, not a facade. Every weapon was formed, I won't deny it. Every arrow was assembled and released, but formed and prospering are two completely different things. And the second one belongs to the God of peace. No weapon formed against me will prosper. The enemy can aim, but he cannot win. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I'm covered by the God who lives within. The sickness weapon, it won't prosper. The poverty weapon, it won't prosper. The fear weapon, it won't prosper. No weapon formed against me will prosper. Unstoppable God behind this promise. Yeah, no weapon formed against me will prosper. He said, I receive it. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I watched the weapons form with intimidating speed. I watched the arrows fly with terrifying aim. But I've also watched the unstoppable God step in front of everyone and declare, this weapon will not land in my name. Because the weapon that was aimed at my career was deflected by the favor of his hand. The weapon aimed at my family was defeated by the covering of a God who made a stand. And every weapon that the enemy has sent has become the testimony of God's protection. And the scar tissue of my survived the test has made me more certain of his unstoppable direction. Every weapon was formed, I won't deny it. Every arrow was assembled and released, performed and prospering are two completely different things. And the second one belongs to the God of peace. No weapon formed against me will prosper. The enemy can aim, but he cannot win. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I'm covered by the God who lives within. The sickness weapon, it won't prosper. The poverty weapon, it won't prosper. The fear weapon, it won't prosper. No weapon formed against me will prosper. The weapon of depression won't prosper. The covers me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I've been searching through the records of the ages for the battle that the God of heaven lost. I've been looking for the moment he was beaten, for the prayer he left unanswered at a cost. And I can't find it, not one single instance where the unstoppable God was finally stopped. Not in the flood and not in the furnace, not in the exile and not when Jesus dropped his head upon the cross, because what looked like losing was the most precisely planned and executed win. The cross was not the ending of the story. The cross was the door that let the rescue in. And the God who turned the cross into the empty tomb has never lost a battle, not one war. And the enemy who thought he'd finally won it found himself defeated to the core. Search the history, you won't find the defeat. Search the record, it's all victory and grace. God has never lost and he won't start now. And your situation is not the first exception to his face. God has never lost and he won't start now. His record stands undefeated through the ages. God has never lost. stands. Unstoppable God. God is never lost. He won't start now. Every empire that has risen has eventually crumbled. Every force that stood against his people fell. Every plan that tried to silence what God started has become the testimony that the victors tell. I've watched the enemy assemble his best arguments against the purpose that God planted in my soul. And one by one, those arguments have lost their standing against a God whose plan no power can control. Threatened by the storms and by the setbacks, I've been told by circumstances this is done. But the God who started something in my story has never once abandoned what He's begun. Because what God starts cannot be stopped by humans. What God nothing can stop what God started. Tell the bankruptcy, nothing can stop what God planned. Tell the broken relationship, nothing can stop His purpose. Tell the enemy, the outcome is already in God's hand. I've been in the middle of the maximum resistance, where every natural sign said it was over and done, and watch the unstoppable God of the ages walk into the situation and simply won. Not by force, the way the world would recognize it, not with the weapons of the kingdoms of the earth, but with the quiet, sovereign, undefeatable power of the God who spoke the universe to birth. The enemy has tried his best against this story, and his best has never been enough to win. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started, and what God started, let it begin again. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. Nothing in hell or on earth can shut it down. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. What He put in motion will not be unwound. Every force that rose against it only proved it. Every storm that came against it only cleared the way. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. The unstoppable God has had the final say. He's unstoppable in the hospital room. He's unstoppable in the courtroom. He's unstoppable in the bankruptcy filing. He's unstoppable in the broken home. He's unstoppable when the diagnosis is terminal. He's unstoppable when the relationship is gone. He's unstoppable when the dream looks buried. He's unstoppable. He keeps going on and on and on through every human limitation, through every wall and every locked and bolted door. The unstoppable God of heaven keeps on moving, and what he started, he's committed to the core. Unstoppable. Nothing can stop him. Unstoppable. Nothing can end it. Unstoppable. God keeps moving. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. Unstoppable. I believe it. I declare it. I declare it. Unstoppable. Our God. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. Nothing in hell or on earth can shut it down. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. What he put in motion will not be unwound. Every force that rose against it only proved it. Every storm that came against it only cleared the way. Nothing in heaven or earth can stop what God started. The unstoppable God has had the final say. Nothing can stop it, but God started. Unstoppable God. Nothing can stop what God started. Every empire that has risen has eventually crumbled. Every force that stood against his people fell. Every plan that tried to silence what God started has become the testimony that the victors tell. I've watched the enemy assemble his best arguments against the purpose that God planted in my soul. And one by one those arguments have lost their standing against a God whose plan no power can control. I've been threatened by the storms and by the setbacks. I've been told by circumstances this is done. But the God who started something in my story has never once abandoned what he's begun. Because what God starts cannot be stopped by humans. What God declares cannot be undone by time. What God has called into existence. Jericho stood for years behind its walls. Generations had tried and failed to make them fall. But God gave a strategy that made no natural sense, and the walls came tumbling down at his command and call. I've had my Jerichos, the walls that seemed permanent, the situations that had no visible weak spot, the structures built by years of opposing what God promised, that looked immovable, but God said not. Because walls that look solid to the human to the ground, to the memory of fall. Egypt right behind. But Moses stretched the rod, and the unstoppable God moved and made a road through what no road could find. The stone before the tomb was sealed and guarded, impossible to move by human standard and design. But the unstoppable God moved it on a Sunday morning and changed the course of everything for all of time. And I bring those walls to the unstoppable God today, the ones that have been standing in my life too long. I bring the impossible to the God of every Jericho, and I trust that every wall will fall before his song. The walls don't fall because we're strong enough to move them. The walls fall because the unstoppable God arrives. Every wall falls when God shows up. It's not complicated. Every barrier breaks the moment God decides. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every chain breaks when God shows up. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every impossibility gets up when God shows up. The sickness wall, it falls. The poverty wall, it falls. The broken marriage wall, it falls. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every wall in my life, God shows up. It falls. Every wall in my health, God shows up. It falls. Every wall in my finances, God shows up. It falls. Every wall in my relationships, God shows up. Every wall in my calling, God shows up. Every wall the enemy built, God shows up. Every wall that said impossible, God shows up. Unstoppable God, every wall falls, he shows up. And after the walls fall, I'll stand in the open space and declare what the unstoppable God has done. That every wall that tried to stop the purpose of the Father was just another victory. The Son has won. Walls fall, God shows up. Chains break, God shows up. Mountains move, God shows up. Every wall falls when God shows up. He's here, walls are falling. He's moving, walls are falling. He's unstoppable, walls are falling. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every chain breaks when God shows up. Every wall falls when God shows up. Every impossibility gets up when God shows up. The sickness wall, it falls. The poverty wall, the broken marriage wall, it falls. Every wall falls. Every wall falls when God shows up. God. Jericho stood for years behind its walls. Generations have tried and failed to make him fall. But God gave a strategy that made no natural sense. And the walls came tumbling down at his command and call. I've had my Jerichos, the walls that seem permanent, the situations that had no visible weak spot, the structures built by years of opposing what God promised, that looked immovable, but God said not. Because walls that look solid to the human estimation are made of dust before the breath of God alone. And the unstoppable God who authored every breakthrough has never met a wall he couldn't turn to stone to rubble. I've been living below my inheritance too long. operating from a fraction of the power I've been given. Walking through the days like someone who forgot the resurrection life inside the life I'm living. Because the same power that reached into the tomb and pulled the Son of God back from the dead is not a historical event locked in a Bible story. It is the living power inside me instead. And I've been treating this power like a theological concept, something true in theory, but not in daily life. But the unstoppable God who conquered death on Easter didn't leave that power in the past. He left it in the fight I'm fighting right now, the battle of this moment, the sickness, the depression, the fear, the open grave of everything in my life that needs resurrection. The same power that raised Jesus is the power that saves. I don't access a smaller version of the power, I access the actual resurrection of the Lord. Same power, not a portion, not a shadow, the full and undiminished, unstoppable source. The same power that raised Jesus lives in me. The same power that split the grave lives in me. The same power that conquered death lives in me. The unstoppable, undeniable power lives in me. Raise what's dead in me. Resurrection power. Break what's held me. Resurrection power. Heal what's broken. Resurrection power. The same power that raised Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. Moves in me. The same power that raised Jesus lives in me. Unstoppable God, His resurrection power lives in me. I speak to the dead thing in my finances, the same power that raised Jesus live. I speak to the dead thing in my body, the same power that raised Jesus. Give life to the places that the enemy called over, life to the prayers I almost stopped believing in. The unstoppable God who raised His Son from nothing is the God who raises everything that I bring. And I bring the dead things and the dying things and the things that should have lived but never got the chance. And I place them before the resurrection power, and I trust the unstoppable God to lead this dance. I don't access a conquered death lives in me. The unstoppable, undeniable power lives in me. Raise what's dead in me. Resurrection power. Break what's held me. Resurrection power. Heal what's broken. Resurrection power. The same power that raised Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. Resurrection power. Unstoppable God lives in me. Same power in me, unstoppable, lives in me.